Hello everyone, Books with Banks back again with another video, and I wanted to do a pretty quick one this week just to give everyone a heads up of what I've been reading and what I plan to read for the rest of the summer. This is sort of my summer 2024 TBR. So, here we go. If you watched my last video, you'll know I'm starting to dive into the Warhammer 40k universe, and part of that is that I've started reading an omnibus collection of Dan Abnett's Eisenhorn novels and short stories. I've barely scratched the surface here, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. So far, I've read the first short story in here, Regia Occulta, and I've just started the first novel, Xenos. And I'm about 60 pages or so into that. And I'm really enjoying this far future, grimdark, sci-fi detective story. I'll keep reading that, and this summer I'll at least read through the first novel, maybe another short story, maybe the first couple novels. You know, I'm not putting too much pressure on myself to get this whole thing finished by the end of summer. Also, what else have I been reading? Well, it's been a long time coming, but I finally picked up the second book in Philip Chase's Edan trilogy. This one, The Prophet of Edan. I've really been enjoying this so far. I'm closing in on the end of the book, and I'll most likely have a review of this one up 1 week from today. So definitely kicking summer off with a bang. I think this book so far has been better than the first one, and I look forward to finishing out the series eventually sometime later this year with Return to Edan, the third book. But I probably won't get around to that this summer. I'll more likely get to that, November, December, somewhere in there. Then I plan on diving back into two other series I've neglected for too long. First, I want to read A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, book 5 or 4, depending on how you think about the novella, in her ACOTAR series. My wife got me into these books, and especially with books 2 and 3, A Court of Mist and Fury and A Court of Wings and Ruin. Especially with those two, I'm so glad she did. I really love those books. I've had more fun in this world than I expected. In fact, I've had more fun just in the subgenre of romantasy than I expected. I'm really glad to have kind of expanded my fantasy interests a little outside of the more epic fantasy that I was used to. From everything I hear, I'm excited to get into this book specifically because I hear it has a different character perspective and different themes are explored here. I'm really, based on who that character is, how intriguing I found her in the previous few books. I'm really excited to start this one and then to eventually be caught up on the ACOTAR series. From there, who knows, I might dive into Throne of Glass, Sarah J. Maas's other massive romantasy series. Although from what I hear, that one Throne of Glass has a little bit less romance than ACOTAR, which is, fine either way. Who knows, I might start the first shorter couple of books in that series this summer. I'm not sure. I guess it kind of depends on how much energy I have and excitement I have for the series by the time I get to the end of this pretty lengthy tome. After that, or maybe around the same time that I'm reading Silver Flame, I plan on reading another book 5. This time it comes from Diana Gabaldon's fabulous Outlander series, and this is The Fiery Cross. The mass market paperback clocks in at around 1,400 something pages, so definitely a bit of a time commitment, but I am so eager to get back into this series and return to the comfortable place of spending so much time with Jamie and Claire and Ian and Bree and Roger and all these characters in this setting that I love. We're at kind of a finishing off from book 4, moving into this one, and based on what I've watched of the show, in this book we're really settling into a period of this story that I really enjoyed in the TV show, and I'm sure I'll enjoy just as much, if not more, in the books, with how much more time and I guess depth Gabaldon can put into the characters and everything. Again, especially in 1,400 pages. So I'll be really excited to get back to the Outlander series at the Fiery Cross. From there, if I read any more Gabaldon this summer, it would more likely be picking back up with some of the spin-off series, the shorter Lord John books, because book six of the main series, The Breath of Snow and Ashes, that one is just as, if not a little bit longer than this one. So yeah, definitely not enough time this summer to read both book 5 and 6, especially if I'm reading all this other stuff. Additionally, my wife and I are still in a book club with our friends, and as of last night, we've just decided that our next book we'll read will be Kristin Hannah's The Nightingale. So definitely expect a review of this sometime this summer. It's a setting and time period that I'm really interested in, just with my academic interests. So yeah, I'll be really fascinated to see how Hannah explores this time period. I'll also be really interested to see how my wife and our book club kind of reacts to this book. And finally, if that all isn't too much to read, my new interest in the Warhammer franchise novels has kind of reinvigorated my passion for other franchise novels, specifically the expanded Halo books. I've yet to read any of the Halo books by author Kelly Gay, but as she's one of the more prolific authors currently writing in that world, and from the blurbs and what I hear of her work, not only is she prolific, but she's pretty well regarded, well received. I'll try to tackle her novels and novellas this summer as well. 3 of these, I believe, all follow the same group of characters, or at least the same main character. So these are Smoke and Shadow, more novella size, then Renegades, and then Point of Light. So I'll definitely try to tackle those 3, this sort of trilogy. But then she has 2 other books that kind of, one tied in with the release of the most recent game, Halo Infinite, and that's the Rubicon Protocol. And then the most recent book that she wrote, possibly the most recent one that's been released in the Halo series, is Halo Epitaph, which based on that cover and kind of what it says on the back, kind of picks up with a controversial, to say the least, antagonist of the more recent games in the series. So yeah, really excited to hopefully have the time to get into Kelly Gay's Halo novels. So there you have it. Those are my reading plans for the summer of 24. If you'd like to comment down below, please let me know what you're planning on reading this summer. Also, if any of you have read the books in my plan, please let me know what you thought about them. But that should do it. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay cool out there. Love you guys. Bye.